Is there a moral cataclysm because of our assumptions of truth? I suppose one has to understand the simplicity of truth before one makes these assumptions. Assumptions are based on opinion and belief structures, therefore truth must come into question if it is shrouded in the latter. Truth is undeniable and it cannot be questioned for the simple reason is that any truth is blatantly obvious. If a truth can be argued against, then surely it is not the truth. For example, when it rains the ground becomes wet. No one can argue against this because it is an undeniable fact. When the ground becomes saturated, it fills the reservoirs, then ultimately sustains life. Symbolically speaking, let us say that the knowledge of the rain and its effect on the ground was a danger to a genocide agenda if it fell into the wrong hands, for example a mass population. If an elite few wanted to keep this knowledge for themselves, knowing that the lack of water in a mass population would eventually cause disease and starvation, they would shroud the basic truth with something very close to the facts and at the same time hide the truth of the vital importance of wet rain. In fact, the wet part might even be hidden within a locked vault. The human mind, however, is skillful at discernment, and of course the mind will soon work this out, so the lie has to be so close to the truth that it appears to be the truth, but the only truth they want the mass to know. Okay, it now rains, but the ground changes to a different colour. This is also true and undeniable, but when it rains on different surfaces, the ground colour is different also. The emphasis of rain has now been drawn toward the colour. Apart from the fact that wet is hidden, there is another major problem. People may become adamant that their rainfall ground colour is the most important, and this could lead to fundamentalist arguments and war over who is right. By now, the elite few are happy because the mass is fighting among themselves over the belief in their colour, leaving the elite to keep their sustaining wet to themselves. The deluded mass will think they are happy because they can experience the vital rain, and they will think it a just cause to fight for the truth of their ground colour. What would happen when a free thinker comes along and explains that the ground colour is not important, but the colourless, almost invisible, opaque stuff on the surface is? The free thinker will be scorned. They will probably say, how dare he question our beliefs, he is most definitely deluded. Can he not see the colour? Look, the colour is there for all to see. The see-through stuff is of no importance, there's no colour to it. In fact, it is so lacking in colour that it only creates mud. We don't know why it creates mud though, although there are many theories about this. All this myth, all this belief, just because the mass has only been fed part of the truth. If they came to the realization that the wet is the real truth of their sustaining life force, regardless of whose ground it falls on, they would live longer, more fulfilling lives, and the elite's power over them would disappear overnight. The elite do not and will not have total control over the rain and how it acts on the various grounds of the masses. It is a physical impossibility. It is a physical impossibility because all the mass need to do is stand outside and experience the rain to realize they have been getting wet all the time, symbolically speaking.